The Trap News Network, back the same, like cook cracking the same, man. Make sure y'all tap in with the tap in. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge. Good luck. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college though, big dog. Hit the like, hit the comment, hit the good subscribe button. For everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's the news you can use. It's the knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college. Tap in with the tap in. If you ain't tapped in with that tap in, and make sure you are in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? You feel me? Hit that notification bell here. All stay tapped in for the latest and the greatest. If you would like to become a part of this Rich Trapper Mafia, and you would like to be a live correspondent, a Trap News Network correspondent, be a part of this potentially paid, be a part of this potentially, words is kicking my feet. Be a part of this potentially paid position. Hit me up, TRAPNEWS, Trap News Network. Hit me up on Instagram. We would love to have you on this Trap News Network team. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and make sure you hit that good subscribe button. You feel me? You feel me, man? Get into that if you ain't got into all of that. You dig me? You dig me, man? We finna slide over here to TNN Trap News Network. We finna go over to Big Chat Small World. It's a big chat. It's a small world. Big Chat Small World got some things going on, man. We finna slide over to see what he got going on. Make sure y'all show some love to BCSW, Big Chat Small World. That's infant, tiny, baby, newborn, point and shoot. And he giving us some content, man, about Adam and Lena. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Relationship where you sleep with other women and I don't sleep with other men. Do you want to? Yes, on camera. But also, I never sleep with any other men. Sometimes I wish I could sleep with other men, just because logistically for my schedule, it would be easier because Adam is a very busy person. And yeah, obviously I think it'd be fun and hot if we did stuff with other guys, but like, I just don't care enough to like have it.
Yeah, you see that didn't age well because they for sure wouldn't hooked up with another guy, but you know.
Affect my relationship with you, and I'm okay with that, but I feel like a lot of my very feminist audience wants me to care about that a little bit more and like fight for it.
Right.
What do you think?
I mean, I'm fighting for my side.
What's your side?
That I like having you as mine.
As only yours?
As only mine, yes. I don't think we realized it whenever
Adam was like, nah, man, I want to be able to do what I'm doing, but I don't want to see who you screwing.
this happened, but this was the big...
Oh, she moved in and took care of you and you still played her? Damn, 22. Damn, 22.
For you guys. So in 2018, the tragedy that Lena is talking about that happened to Adam, one of his lowest points in life, is whenever he lost his Atlantic record deal after he was accused of sexual misconduct. Because in 2018, a woman named Desiree, accused him of being a serial rapist. She alleged that Grant Mason abused her and started dating her when she was 16.
Whoa. That is tricky, sticky, icky, bicky.
You know, some disturbing details right there. Ugh, disgusting. But it really makes you think, you know, what all she actually knows about the situation. What all did Adam confide in her about the situation? And could any of this be a reason why Adam holds on to Lena The Plug so tightly? Could Lena The Plug have something over Adam's head that he's afraid to get out? Not much longer after the interview between the couple, Adam and Lena got married, and soon afterwards, something happened to Adam that he never would have wished on his relationship. Lena decided she wanted to start filming with other guys. Her first scene including Jason Love.
The music behind it makes it so sad. The music behind this makes this like a heartbreaking story, for sure.
Months ago, whenever I was watching Point and Shoot, I saw a clip where Adam and Lena were discussing gangbangs. Although Adam didn't want her to partake in such activities, Lena never gave her comment on the subject. And you could only assume that she would be interested in such activities.
He likes watching them, he doesn't want to see me in one.
Wait, hold on. You like watching them? So you would never allow her to be in a gangbang?
It's so difficult to even find one guy that I consider worthy of putting his inside of my wife that the idea of finding, 5, it's a little ambitious. I like having you as mine.
As only yours?
As only mine, yes.
I would really like to know what Lena's thoughts are on that subject, but to make matters worse, there was something discussed in the previous video that we just reviewed where Adam was talking about one of his favorite things about being in a relationship.
I just love being in a relationship. I like having that part of my life taken care of.
Now, you would think, the gist of what Adam appreciates about being in a relationship.
I think all men appreciate a good woman because as grown men, we know that a woman completes the household. So I don't think there's anything wrong with a relationship, and I don't think there's anything wrong with finding a woman that you love and loving her back.
Relationship would be, you know, the fact that he gets to have an intimate partner that he protects and provides for. But Lena has a different idea of how she sees their relationship.
Not even that. It's just like when the electrician guy comes and knocks on the door, he's like, hold on, let me get my wife. Whereas more people come and say, let me get my husband.
But I've never had to
That's
call
some
an
BS.
electrician in my whole life. I don't even know, like, I would
You don't know
like...
the light switches, I know.
I would love for you sometime to just tell me, like, hey, there's this problem in the house. Can you take care of it?
No.
Although, to be
Because
honest,
what's gonna happen if you're gonna be like, the guy told me stuff, I don't fucking remember what it was.
and
You
I'm
should
gonna be
call
like,
him.
yo, Josh.
I do the man stuff and the woman stuff.
I like to outsource
Wait, what
everything.
do you mean you do the man? So what did I just hear right now?
I do the man stuff and the woman stuff. I am in charge of the entire household.
Clip it.
Okay, this is the thing. She is so neurotic and on top of everything and needs to know how every single thing works.
In my own house that I pay a
you a
mortgage on,
daddy's
yes.
girl?
She won't really like let me have any responsibilities because she doesn't trust
Because
me
you're so
enough to handle
incapable.
them.
Well, you're a
And
daddy's
I'm
girl?
incapable, yeah.
Wow, and you know, it's really crazy because Adam spent like a majority of his adult years hanging around kids. He would hang around like 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old BMX riders, give them a place to stay and go biking with them. Pretty much living a teenage lifestyle up until he met Lena. So Lena coming into his life, it was just like she became less of a girlfriend figure for him and more of a mommy. You know, Lena is Adam's mommy. I would
You know what's crazy? Lush hangs out with little kids too. Like, has nobody noticed how Lush is like roaming Los Angeles with like a 12-year-old boy? Am I the only one that noticed that and thought that it was weird that Lush is roaming Los Angeles? Literally, Lush is literally roaming Los Angeles with like a 12-year-old kid. Swear to God, some random little 12-year-old Mexican boy.
wouldn't be surprised if he calls her mommy, like at their comfortable abode. And you know, it really makes a lot more sense why Lena is looking to hang around more male figures. You know what I mean? Like men that really bring a male presence into her life because she thinks.
You're so helpless. So I'm not gonna have you help me with something where I feel like it's gonna take me
So
double,
he's like a big
double
ass
the work.
kid.
I have very limited
I told
life
him the other day,
skills.
he's like, it's like dating a 13-year-old boy because he's like, can I stay home and play video games? I don't want to come. And then if he does come, he's on his phone in the corner the whole time. And I'm like, put your phone away, Adam. Talk to people.
Wow. And I mean, now look at her. She's meeting up with Jason Love in hotel rooms. She's playing Mr. and Mrs. Claus with him at the mall, or I mean, wherever they're at. It's just not looking good. And I mean, listen to this. She even regrets making her name Lena The Plug. She wishes she would have made it.
Okay, if I could go back and pick my porn name, I would pick Lena Lovegood. That's Harry Potter reference, but anyways.
Yeah, that's all right.
So,
Oh my God. I mean, if I was Adam Grand Maison, I would be embarrassed. That is embarrassing. Good Lord. But you know, instead of being like Yuri and yelling at his bitch,
Or being like whack and going crazy on R&B. Let's never forget that incident.
he's just gonna take all the anger out that he has for his wife on his employees.
And 6 feet till I'm 6 feet. Niggas dissing on the gang and be disgrace fucked up. Gave your bitch dick till that bitch eat. She said I got no manners. I said, bitch, please. Shorty suck my dick, standing up cause she short thigh.
Don't stat.
Where you fuck Miami
Don't
hoes
stat.
on the floor die.
Go.
If Yuri bitch
Don't
is a well,
smack.
I'm a
Ooh.
worker.
Hit it smack.
And my
Oh.
blick, not
Hit
a
it smack.
sneakers,
Oh.
I thought
Fuck
that
it
Riley.
up.
Live a
Fuck
double
it
life
up.
like
Hey.
Miley.
Fuck it
Because
up
she at
one
the gym
time.
in the
Fuck it
back
up.
getting
Hey.
cheese
Fuck
clapped.
it up.
Is
Hey.
it Ross? Is it
Fuck it
Blanco
up.
with
Hey.
his big
Fuck
back?
it.
Is
Ooh.
it Kiki? Is it Adam? Is it Big Chat? Damn.
Ooh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. So, we're just gonna dive
Shout out to Big Chat Small World, bro. I love his content. Big shout out to BCSW.
straight into it. This is Josh Mannheim. He's like one of the main guys behind the scenes at No Jumper, but he's also Adam's ex-brother-in-law, or possibly still his brother-in-law, because I don't think the divorce is final yet. Now, he was married to Adam's sister, and they had a couple kids together. And they had these kids way before he was even a part of No Jumper, so they've been together for a while. Well, recently, they decided to get a divorce. Now, Josh hasn't talked too much about it, but we're about to get some more insight right here.
There's a lot of things that happened in my life that have prevented me from holding.
Girls.
No.
What else?
Literally no one else.
No, I don't.
You know what's happening in my life has been going on in my life for the last things that I don't talk about.
Yeah, you've been getting divorced for like a year.
Yes.
But why would that cause you to not sleep all night? You gotta be like filling out divorce papers all night?
Divorce to keep
No,
you up
it's
at
not
night.
that.
But you're not
No.
trying to get her back.
No. No.
You said it's definitely not that. But
All right. Well, I mean, you heard it from Adam Grand Maison's mouth. Like, Josh Mannheim does not want his sister, Adam's sister, back. And that makes you think, like, is that going to put a strain on Adam and Josh's relationship? Could Josh
Nah, man, bros before 304s.
Possibly be leaving No Jumper anytime soon. Now, I don't think Adam really cares that much, whether he just doesn't care about his sister much or he just has a lot of respect for Josh. But a lot of people are saying that Josh is actually getting this divorce because, and I'm not saying this is true, I'm just saying this is the word around town. They're saying Josh may be fucking Gunner. Now, Gunner is also one of the big guys behind the scenes at No Jumper, and apparently they're seen around a lot together. And it was even brought up during whenever they were reading the super chats, something about Josh and Gunner fucking.
Yeah.
Josh don't want me to read that one. Why? Wait, scroll up.
Oh, you don't want us to read it. There's something about him fucking Gunner.
Oh, really?
Bring your boyfriend's. Oh, okay.
Wow.
All right, now let's be honest. It's 2025. I don't have any problem with two guys wanting to be with each other. It is what it is. What I have a
Yeah, we love the relationship that Flacco and Lush have with each other. We're definitely for that. And then Whack 100 and his son-in-law, beautiful couple. Beautiful couple.
problem with is infidelity, especially within the workplace. That's wrong, especially with having kids. It's just so messed up. Now, in this clip, I feel like I have some evidence with them really being butt buddies. Let's look into this.
Josh, you was a... Yeah, you allow out activity.
This is back when Toke and Yuri were still cool, and they were marking out Josh, but someone came to his defense.
And do a lot of shit behind the scenes for sure.
Get out of the road, Yo, Josh, let's go.
Whoa! Hold on there, buddy. Are you touching the small of his back? Nigga, that's gay. I don't care what y'all say. That's gay.
I mean, you know, they're small back touchers.
Hey, I ain't saying they're gay. I ain't saying that they're actually each other. But what I'm trying to say is they were each other. I wouldn't have a problem with it. One love, man. One love. But if you were truly committing infidelity, that's just wrong, man. That's wrong on so many levels. Now, I had to look more into this guy because everyone's talking about Gunner era in full effect. This nigga is a fucking Twinkie. Look at this photo. I saw this shit and I was like, this nigga is a twink. He's a Twinkie. I mean, look at how he's tied up. He's just like watching the girl like stand over him like that. He's a sub. He's a submissive. You know, he likes girls to tie him up and fuck him in the ass. I think just from what he's giving me, you know.
All right, spicy little tamale he is. All right, my man's a spicy tamale. Go for it though. Go for it.
And he likes to be tortured and humiliated. But I mean, if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into, bro. Go off, man. Do you? One love. One love.
Started though.
Okay.
You said F Brandon.
What?
I want to know why.
Nah, he said Brandon was an F slur.
Yeah, I said...
We gotta
Can
wait
I
a
say
little
it
bit
yet?
until he
No,
can really get into
Say
it.
F slur, right? So, okay,
Man.
so now what's your issue? Like, why
Gotta
do you
wait
feel like
until
he's
you
an
can
F slur?
I
really
just feel
express
like
yourself.
he's like just like doing the most.
Like
he
what?
talks a lot and says nothing.
They are setting Brandon up. Brandon, I don't know if you peeping it, but this is how it always goes, bro. They are setting Brandon up to be the next no jumper black man who they take down and start calling zesty and blah blah blah. I don't know if y'all peeping it, but the scene is already being set. They already calling him Bucci Bear and all that kind of stuff. Then they bring whoever this random kid is that we don't care about, that works behind the scenes, that probably should stay behind the scenes. He comes in and now he starts saying everything about Brandon that he would never say about him to his face. And here we are. So just kind of pay attention to how this is the beginning of them calling Brandon zesty or, you know, playing with him in a way that he's not going to be played with respectfully or, you know, whatever the case may be. And keep in mind, too, Flacco brought Brandon on there. So why is Flacco sitting there allowing it, entertaining the conversation, instigating the conversation, if he's supposed to be Brandon's friend? Flacco will not defend Brandon at all in this situation because Flacco's for the narrative to embarrass Brandon to take him out.
He's like kind of a wall talker. You know what that is?
No.
Yeah, where they just fill a bunch of field words.
Bro, not
but
saying
literally
nothing.
says
You're saying
nothing.
a whole.
You said a whole lot of
You
nothing.
said a whole lot of nothing. And what is,
Okay.
and his whole like rebuttal and everything, like calling him like a failed podcaster and a failed like this and that. It's like, bro, who the fuck are you? Like,
You're trying.
who the hell are you,
You're
dude?
literally trying to have a job here.
And then how old
I'm
is
the
he?
failed
How old is
podcaster.
he?
All right. Well, you thought the Gunner and Josh tea was pretty spicy. Wait till you get a load of this. So apparently, everyone's just worried about Brandon. Brandon's the new guy on the block. It's not official yet, but everyone's thinking he's going to be the new host for the No Jumper show.
Deviant Brandon, I didn't realize that he was coming here
with an agenda.
Now, right off the bat, when
You see how they're low-key hating on Brandon already? They're low-key trying their best to get that nigga up out of there?
Brandon first showed up, he marked out Almighty Suspect, got him out the paint, and then next he went after Lush. They had an intellectual debate in which some say Brandon beat him, and now Gunner has a problem with him. But the interesting thing is, Gunner has a problem with him because he wants to stick up for Almighty Suspect. Now, I mean, I'm not gonna dive into the ways that Almighty Suspect could possibly be suspect. I mean, but with that being said, I don't think it's that far-fetched that Suspect and Gunner are fucking. I mean, come on, if we can really connect the dots here.
Hey, this dude, Big Chat Small World, is putting that as on everybody, bro, saying no jumper, big old freak fest.
I don't know. Don't take my word on it. Just see for yourself.
I do remember the part on the podcast they were on together where he literally just straight up said, like, if you want to go do this, we could step outside off camera.
We can do whatever you want to do.
He can't
we
get
can
me.
do whatever you want to do
Trust
right
me.
now.
Listen,
whatever you want to do.
he's not
right
trying
now.
to fight.
Right
What
now.
you about to
Where
do?
would you like to go?
What are you trying to
Where
do?
would you like
What
to
are you
go?
about to do?
Okay, I want y'all to pay close attention to Josh, especially his tone of voice and his body language. Look how he puts his hand on his face. Just listen.
Like to go?
Where are you trying to
Where
do?
would you like
What are
to
you
go?
about to do?
Where would
I'm
you like to
about
go?
to turn off this whole.
Okay, don't turn off the line.
We can
Don't
go
turn.
outside. Where would you like to go?
Sit down.
Come on.
Sit down.
Follow.
Sit down.
Suspect.
Come on.
Suspect.
Sit down. Sit down.
Follow.
Sit down.
Suspect.
Come on.
Sit down.
Follow.
This is a real full circle moment here. So, Josh sounding zesty as fuck. Suspect, follow me. Come on, follow me. It's just a whole lot of feminine energy in the room, and it makes you think if hypothetically Josh and Gunner are as well as Suspect and Gunner are is it a far-fetched idea that all three of them are What if they're like in a throuple? Or what if Josh and Suspect are behind Gunner's back? Now that's some sick shit. That's some sick shit. Josh left his wife, Adam's sister, to go fuck. Hey man, that's sick as fuck. I can't even lie. If it's true, that's fucked up.
Sit down.
Follow.
Sit down, bro.
Niggas,
Sit
the
down.
niggas don't want to fight. Come on.
Sit down,
follow.
man. Sit down.
He literally just straight up said, like, if you want to go do this, we could step outside off camera. Sure. Right? And he just like kept turning it down. But then the second he's on a podcast where he's not here, he's like just popping it hella hard, bro. Like, you can't have it both ways, dude. Like, if you're gonna say something, then you gotta like activate. You can't just like be popping it for no reason.
You can't ask me to
Yeah.
fight. You can't say I don't want to fight.
You just don't like him because of the suspect thing.
Nah, he's not wrong. Because Brandon did look like a big old bitch. Because he didn't want to step outside. Matter of fact, he was asking Josh, he's like, what are you trying to do?
Like to go?
Where are you trying to
Where
do?
would you like
What are
to
about
go?
do?
Nigga, Josh ain't trying to do nothing. The suspect's trying to get you to go out the door. You're just sitting there like a big old bitch. But, hey, man, to each their own. He did double back and say he wanted to fight Suspect in the ring one-on-one. And Suspect didn't want to have all that because he knew he'd get his ass beat. So, I mean, But the bigger picture is Gunner does not like Brandon because he likes Suspect. Possibly in love with Suspect. I'm telling you, like, there's something going on here behind closed doors and no jumper, and we're gonna figure this out. We have to be real with ourselves for a second here. Like, how do you think Gunner even made his way up to the show? He's not that good of a podcaster. Why would they want him on air talking to anybody? Probably because he was sucking some dick. Hey, man, I don't know that for sure, but I think that, you know what they say, man. They be saying a lot of people be sucking dick to the top, and I'm not mad at them. One love, man, one love.
You just don't like him because of the suspect thing.
I don't even know the guy.
But
I've never heard of the guy.
yeah,
Never in my life.
but call him.
No, but
I think you're an F slur as well. You're an F slur too.
No, you's an F
No,
slur.
you're an F slur.
No, you are a literal F slur.
Look what you're wearing. Look what you're wearing. Look at that fuck what you're wearing right now. Look at this fucking Amiri hoodie.
Yes, yes.
He thought he was firing at Amiri hoodie too. He put that Amiri hoodie on. He thought that was it. He knew he was doing something with that.
Look at these fucking.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, come on, bro. Triple S fuck. No.
Hey, listen up, bro.
No.
I put that shit on today.
Look what the fuck
You
you're
was an
wearing
F
right
slur.
now.
All right, you were androgynous, nigga. You was a bitch in real life, nigga. Bro, I can't tell if you're a bitch or a nigga.
Yes, you can. I will show you my balls.
Is this a woman?
I will show you my fucking balls.
It's gay.
I will literally show you my balls.
You are gay.
I rest my case. All right.
Yeah, that's pretty uncomfortable. That was unnecessary.
Great news for the Flacco fans. It appears to be Flacco will be featuring in a new Pixar film, A Bug's Life 2. Can I get a round of
First thing they said was, oh, Shannon Sharp don't got the support of ESPN. Shannon Sharp gotta be doing something wrong, bro. Because if your own coworkers coming out speak like this against you. So Stephen A. Smith was the first one to go at Shannon Sharp. The first. This man to be loyal to a dude I'm not even friends with. You're to me, hell.
Bugs Life
That roach on his shirt, y'all never gonna let that go. It's crazy.
2 coming soon.
I stopped smoking broken windows back in 1986 on my last sack and threw my feet in the ditch. I'm trying to get paid, bro. I'm trying to get rich. Would tell you how I hustle, but I ain't no fucking snitch. I can't get at the packers in your hood. I'm out of place.
Another $2. Why do you drive the least reliable car ever? Okay, that was not my car, and I was not driving.
All right, it's starting to look like Lush is about to take the hot seat this week because apparently he said nigga.
Nah, they let him have a pass, and then everybody acted like it was all right, and then they brushed it off. So now we have this white Jewish man just blatantly using the N-word, and that's incredible. And then, you know, Adam got caught using it, and then nobody cares, and everybody's just like, oh, no, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. So this whole, like, too black, too strong, and all these racial issues that dudes prance when they, oh, because in the county it's like this, oh, because in the county it's like that. Yeah, all that went out the window when Master Adam said the N-word, and Housemate Lush said everybody was cool. So, you know, there's that.
Shut the fuck up with your hoe ass, nigga.
And would you look at that? That is just interesting. You know, the 2 white people in the room think it's funny. That nigga's hilarious. Lush said the N-word. Let's see what the black guys look like.
Shut the fuck up with your hoe ass, nigga.
And would you look at that? Not a laugh, not a smile in sight. Let's hear more on what they had to say about this.
Where was you at right here?
At my crib.
You was some white boys?
2 Mexicans and 2 blacks.
Oh, you was calling a nigga, the black?
No, I called the I said it to the Mexican.
And the black niggas didn't say nothing?
No. It's all my partners.
These be the black people that Lush be talking about.
This nigga's, yo, Lush, you're cheating the whole
Yeah.
This nigga's black, bro. Like, fool.
I tried to pass it multiple times.
Pass it to your fool, right?
Go ahead, come on.
Come on.
And the black niggas didn't say nothing?
No. It's all my partners.
Black niggas ain't DP.
Man, come to Long Beach, it's like Asians calling each other the N-word every other word.
And the Asians seem like they can get away with it a lot better than Lush being a white man. White people
Well, you got away with it. You said it, and they didn't care. So, you know, there's that.
are uniquely not given an N-word
Here's the
pass.
thing,
Spanish people get away with it. Asian people get away with it. Filipinos, the Tongans.
Nah,
Everybody's saying the N-word besides white
But
people.
I'm looking at them.
And even white people say it.
They Crips and Bloods, though. They're part of our culture.
So we're gonna be totally arbitrary. Asians and Samoans and Tongans could say the N-word with impunity. This guy says it with not with the hard ER, with the GA at the end, and we're gonna come down on him like, pick a struggle, bro. Like,
Nobody's supposed to be saying it, period.
no, we shouldn't even be saying it.
Black people ain't supposed to be saying the word. That I don't even know how, it's in my vocabulary heavy, but I don't think white boys should be saying it based on, you know,
history.
What is the N-word, also known as Nick by Big Chat?
Bingo! History of slavery. Keep in mind that Lush comes from people who might be involved in this type of stuff. Let's keep throwing it out there.
Okay, we're gonna start off with the Slavs. Now, they were a huge part of Europe, as you can see below. And if you didn't know, they weren't the first slaves, but at the time, they were the ones most associated with medieval Europe. And that's literally where the word slave comes from. They were getting captured in wars and sold off all over Europe and the Middle East. But over time, a lot of Slavs became Christian, and the church was like, yo, you can't enslave other Christians. So Europe started looking somewhere else for people they could take. They had already been dealing with North Africans, but the North African empires were too powerful. They had armies, cities, all that. Europeans weren't trying to mess with them like that. So they started heading further down the coast to West Africa, where the kingdoms were more spread out and didn't have many big armies on the coast. At first, the Portuguese straight up kidnapped people. They didn't come asking. But after that, they came back with goods to trade, and some African leaders started offering people they had captured in wars. So they were pretty much prisoners, and they exchanged them for stuff like guns, horses, and clothes. So it wasn't like Africans just willingly started giving people away for no reason. It was about power and survival. But it snowballed into something way bigger and darker than anyone expected. So once Europeans started trading slaves in West Africa, they realized they could use that labor to build up their colonies in the Americas, like in the Caribbean, Brazil, and later the US. That's when the transatlantic slave trade really took off. They were snatching or buying millions of Africans and shipping them across the ocean in brutal conditions. This is where it gets wild, because about 1 in 5 died just on the way there. Like,
don't say you don't get news you can use, the knowledge you can't get in no college here at TNN Trap News Network.
They didn't even make it to the plantations. They died on the ship. Once they got to the Americas, the slavery there was way worse than what existed before. It was racial, it was for life, and it was passed down to your kids. People were treated like livestock, branded, beaten, and stripped of everything: name, culture, language. This is considered the worst slave trade in human history because of the massive scale, the level of cruelty, and the fact that it literally built the economies of the US, Brazil, the Caribbean, and Europe. So yeah, in Europe, black people were enslaved too, but not on the same level as the Americas. In the Americas, slavery became industrial, racial, and permanent, and that's where the roots of the N-word really started showing up. So where did the N-word come from? It comes from the word Negro, which just means black in Spanish and Portuguese. Back when the slave trade was booming, Europeans called Africans Negroes because of their skin color. It was just a descriptive word at first. But once those Africans were turned into property, the word stuck to their status, not just their color. It slowly got twisted in the mouths of English speakers. Negro became Negra, and then, nigger. And by the time it hit the plantations in the US, it was no longer just a word for skin tone. It meant slave, less than human, property, know your place. It became a weapon tied to the entire system of violence, rape, torture, and dehumanization that black people were trapped in for centuries.
I love how he put this culture into all of this. Learn something, bro, because this is why y'all sitting there laughing and ha-ha he-heing about the way that black people are being treated at No Jumper, the way black people are being treated in our media and all that kind of stuff. Maybe y'all should learn a little bit of something so you can see exactly why people like Lush and Adam should not be given a pass to say the N-word. Under no circumstances. It's just not acceptable.
That's why the N-word hits harder than probably any other word in the English dictionary. For other races, it's just a word. For black people, it's a summary of 400 years of hell.
So here's the thing. It's something that I hate that I say. And shut your ass up. Let me get this off. He hates it. Do you really hate it though? No, it's something that I've tried to remove from my vocabulary and have been pretty successful with. There are moments where it comes out, and it's normal when I'm with my partners, and I understand. Like I've spoken on this several times. It's not the first clip of me saying that. You feel me? Back in the day. One time I was out and in public, and I saw the reaction when I said that for like older black people, and I don't want to bring back trauma and pain based on my words for black people. That's the last thing I want to do, bro. But when I'm with the homies, sometimes I slip out because that's just the way that I've always communicated since I was like 12, 13 years old. So
That seemed like a very sincere apology, Lush, and it's great that you're cognizant of your words and how powerful your words can be, especially as a white man. And I also know how tough it probably has to be for you. I mean, knowing that your boss also has a history of saying nigga.
Choruses is all my niggas pop Zans, all my niggas pop Zans, all my niggas pop Zans unemployed. I'm like, that doesn't sound cool at all.
What do you mean? That shit sounded kind of hard, actually. Hold on, let me try to make a song out that.
All my niggas pop Zans unemployed. All my niggas pop Zans, all my niggas pop Zans, all my niggas pop Zans unemployed.
Damn, call your hoes grass till we pass your bitches.
I be really in the field with them snakes and them lions.
How you say you in the field with a master of niggas?
I should call you niggas dead because you lying.
Damn, Almighty buys his Hellstar behind Target. Full black, but look half white like some dog shit. Yeah, I talk shit, but like Daniel, I toss shit. And my blick got a red clip like a dog dick. Damn.
Free broski, small world.
Almighty Malcolm in the middle of the mall. Damn.
Free broski, small world.
No jumping mad because I didn't
All
want
my
to
niggas
call.
pop Zans unemployed. All my
Wait, what did that say? Down to call during the Tuesday show so we can discuss him trying to take your channel down? Wow.
niggas pop Zans unemployed. All my niggas pop Zans. All my niggas pop Zans. All my niggas pop Zans unemployed. All my niggas pop Zans unemployed. All my niggas pop Zans unemployed. All my niggas pop Zans. All my niggas pop Zans. All my niggas pop Zans unemployed.
That reminds me when the Bay Area dudes doom, 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 the world, doom, 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 the world. That's what it reminds me of.
Thanks for watching. How does Almighty Suspect act behind closed doors? So recently, I saw Almighty Suspect on Lush's stream. I'm pretty sure that's Almighty. I mean, the hairline, check. Mixed, light-skinned looking dude, check. Looks like Rufus, check. So, I mean, it's all checking the boxes. So he's hanging out behind Lush and Comparator. Now, you know, Brandon and Almighty Suspect...
Almighty Suspect?
I
think that's somebody else.
A little spat in the first place because Brandon said that Almighty Suspect was like a white guy or some shit, was, you know, pretty much downing his blackness. Well, here Comparator is doubting his blackness as well, but look at his reaction in this video.
Oh, Drex? That's 100%.
Yeah, right? Just look.
Yeah.
He really looks black. He looks more black than you.
So here's the
Word
history.
of my mother.
So, and this is why.
Yeah, that's not Almighty Suspect. That's somebody else.
Listen, why.
Comparator and Lush, we're talking about a guy who was 100% Mexican, but we're saying he looks black, and even looks blacker than him. And look at the way that Comparator, whenever Comparator says that, look at the way that Suspect looks at him. And Comparator glares back at him, and Suspect...
I don't think that's Almighty Suspect, bro.
Gets nervous and just smiles,
Yeah, that's not
cracks a
Almighty
smile.
He really looks black. He looks more black than you.
So here's the
Word of
history.
my mother.
So, and this is why. Listen, why.
Oh, that's intense right there, guys. That was about to be a serious squabble. Later on the stream, Lush goes in on Sharp, calling him a bitch and calling him this and that. And Almighty Suspect had some words on the subject.
That's how much I know I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. He's a bitch. And I got his number. He's tweaking, fool.
Brandon, bro, this guy said bitch like 100 times. He's marking now? Fuck that, bro. He's crazy. Yo, if you see that fool, Lush, you better squabble with that. Yeah, hey, that's a lot of talk. You better put that on that fool, go.
And so here's the thing, if you was...
Hell no. Why does that dude sound like the surfer nigga from SpongeBob?
See what I mean?
Yo, if you see that fool, Lush, you better squabble with that. Yeah, hey, that's a lot.
All jokes aside, I'm pretty sure that's not actually Almighty Suspect. He has to be related to him, though. They gotta be like brothers. Almighty Suspect and Almighty Victim. Almighty Suspect still looks like he has some problems with the Reddit. Let's listen in on this.
Almighty Suspect versus Almighty Victim is sick.
He was going to fuck about what some niggas in their granny basement talking about on some funky ass website, nigga.
He says that initially, but he gets put back in his place after he gets proven to be a weirdo Reddit user himself.
Raheem the Jeweler, people that use Reddit are weird, especially the ones that go in there to seek balding advice.
Hold on, you know him?
Now, I'm not sure if you heard, but Almighty Suspect was caught up recently for being a weirdo Reddit user using Reddit to seek hair loss advice. As you can see, he's wearing the same hoodie in the show as he was in the post where he was asking for hair loss advice, which, you know, he's not just at a loss of hair, but at a loss for
Almighty.
For words.
Raheem the Jeweler, people that use Reddit are weird, especially the ones that go in there to seek balding advice.
Hold on, you know him?
No.
Hold on, that's the real Raheem the Jeweler?
But hey, man, look, it's six-figure Suskerp. He'll be A-okay. Plus, I just heard he got a new advertisement deal with Cove.
We have Whippets in Lincoln Park.
You don't need to hide your kids, hide your wives, or hide your husband.
Have you seen that? Antoine Dotson's a Cove customer too. How great is that? He knows Cove's easy to set up, easy to install, anybody can do it, and it's affordable. Right now, Cove's giving away one free indoor camera, and you can save up to 70% off on equipment when you build your own system at covesmart.com. So if you don't take take it from me, take it from Antoine when he says,
because Cole is protecting everybody out here.
Yeah, man. Can we get a round of applause for Almighty Dotson? Yes, sir. Well, I mean, there you go.
So Almighty Dotson part is sick, man. Big chat, small world. Domestic terror. Domestic terror. We finna get up out of to the next one, though. Big chat, small world came in, pissed everybody off. We going to the next one. We going to the next one. We going to the next one. Shout out to Big Chat, Small World. Show him some love. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. We up out of here, man. Gone.